Hello everyone. How's it going? So I thought I'd open my balcony door, but I guess summer has started and I got like an invasion of insects. And I got a couple of out, but there are still a lot of them inside. So I'm really trying to get them out, and you'll see them over my head, and it's you don't want them inside these ones. Um, but I guess yeah. Um, so I've closed everything now. Wait, so I've closed everything now. Oh, they're everywhere. If there's a law, I mean, it is crazy. And I thought, you know what? I just closed all the doors. What can we do? Maybe I need to switch off some of my studio lights. So I might be in the dark here. But yeah, so you probably see a few insects on my head. It's like an invasion. It's crazy. So I just um well, let's see. Maybe they'll just die very soon because they're so frantic and flying around, and I don't want to kill anything, but we'll see. Let's get into the chart. So the only thing I want to make sure is that they don't fly into my mouth. There we go. Crazy stuff. I mean, yeah. I'll try just to ignore them, but you'll see them. You'll probably laugh and make fun of me in a bit. But anyway, let's get into price again, guys. It's been hostile. It's been really annoying. I had a good trade in the morning, but then again, I gave some profit back. So I just almost at the point to close my. Guys, you'll see a lot of insects on my going around because here is another one. There are hundreds of them. I opened my door. I don't want to touch you. Go away. And the problem is if I want to throw them out, I open the door and then there's 10 coming in. So I just have to deal with it, I guess. Okay, Nasdaq, let's go. How's it going? Yeah, so we have gone to another opening range gap, but let's have some look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Come on, leave me alone. Leave me alone, please. I'm busy. Okay. Opening range gap. Let's open them up. I want to add the last four, well, actually five now, because now I don't think that we are going to go. I'm going to switch the DTT off. Here we go. Now, as you can see, this is today's opening range gap, and this one was yesterday's. So now we have two. We still have three or two below us, which are unfilled. And I wouldn't be surprised that we're going to ping pong now between these levels here. So obviously we had a lot of movement in Asia, right? And it's quite unusual that Asia makes a high. It's pretty unusual here, right over here. And so there was a move to the downside, but it could be that NQ has made the move for today, which is it, and it just goes. We're going into consolidation the rest of the time. So I'm monitoring these levels here. I'm just watching these. This one I'm keeping all the opening range gaps. Hey Elaine, hello Elaine. I recognize you. How's it going? Um, I'm under attack of some insects here. So I opened my door, and there was like 20, 30 came in, and I cannot get them out because the moment I open up the door, I get more in. I think it's some kind of explosion of because of summer. So it's crazy stuff in here. So you'll see sometimes something on my head or whatever, but I don't really mind. But it might look weird. How's it going, Elaine? Have you trade today? Um, so I managed to take some of the short in the morning, but then it became a little bit choppy, as you can see. And now, we're above the first opening range gap of was it yesterday's or the day before? And let's see if we are going to go below it again, or we're going to get some chop and we stay within this range. It's all possible. It's sort of like already into the TGIF levels, so not too crazy about the price action. It's a little bit hostile, to be honest. Um, so because I already gave back some of my profit, I was like, okay, you know what, I'm going to close my accounts. But I was like, no, just wait until the PM session. Maybe there's a good trade. And otherwise, it's just going to be paper trading. But look at this price action. Yeah, and when Asia gives a lot of range, this is normal. But then again, you would think, okay, maybe we're going to get some reaction. But hey, it filled basically two gaps. So I guess, and half of the present one. During Asia, we went into this gap again. This is now fully, I guess, we would say balanced. And now we're working in this one, but we still have two below us. Let me show you. You'll see the insects going. There are too many of them to get rid of them. So see, we have two other opening range gaps, and this one has the weekly open in it. So I'm wondering if we might go there tomorrow. So this one is the weekly opening range, right? So this one is maybe tonight. I don't know, but we'll see. I did not actually look at gold because I thought, you know what, might not be that interesting today. It was very rangy when we started the day. Let me have a look here. Yeah, also just chop chop. We had a beautiful move up, and now we're just in chop again. So in an N walk. So I don't know, guys. Have you been trading? Anyone did make any nice trades? Let me just have a look at the higher time frame on NQ. So this is that N walk, right? The one of the start of the week, and oh, go away. It's quite hard to really say anything logical about this market at the moment. Just crazy stuff. Anyway, let's see. I just want to make some. See if I can get anything out of this. So this is the largest manipulation move. So I'm just wondering if this is the number one. If this is one standard deviation, it did not even manage to get there. Let me mark this one here. Just the bodies. Just want to see what the bodies are giving. Are we at 2.5 here? Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. Okay, so if this is 2.5, we can expect a retracement back into the 1.5 most of the times, right? Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful, guys? You see that? Hey, Sina, how are you doing? Hey, hey, did you check the trades that you closed? Remember you were in that trade. How would your output been? I hope it was a good decision that you closed those trades. Hey, but it's still very negative. It's still very hostile. But look on NQ. If I use the standard deviations, when you reach 2.5, you can expect a retracement back to 1.5, 1. And look where the 1 is exactly. The 1 is exactly at the N walk. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, MJ. Hey. And we got some kind of confirmation here on the using this manipulation move, right? Um, if I didn't close it, I would have filled the account. Oh wow! So I'm happy to hear that you closed it. Good. So you still have that account, right? But today I recovered 2 days ago's loss. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, but it's still a little bit hot. I mean, it's still a little bit tricky today after we had a good move in the morning, I think, but then it got sort of tricky, right? So I had a good trade, but then I gave back some of my profits. So I'm like, oh, okay, I just be careful. But hey, I like this, guys. Look, when you reach 2.5, most of the times we get a retracement back to 1.5, one standard deviation, and before we either we move back up to 4 or it's the whole move. But I just like it that this is exactly the one standard deviation is exactly the end walk, which so maybe we are going to go there today, but it would have been it's um I don't know. It might happen in Asia again, right? Hey, I'm sleeping in Asia because I need to sleep. Um, I wake up at 4 a.m. here in South Africa, and I go to bed after the market is closed. It's 10 a.m. So I make very long days, and I don't take a nap. So I'm just too tired. I wish I wasn't. Then I would trade Asia. But I wouldn't be surprised if this move takes place. But we'll have a look because I like what I'm seeing here because it gives confirmation. But the only question is, when will it move, right? And can we find a proper entry, break a retest, or anything else that we can use for retest? But hey, this is 2.5. We are now at well, yeah, we are at 1.5. Well, we could see. I mark this one as a very important. Sometimes I mark something and I don't remember. I think it was one of those gradients that we had a fair value gap going through, and according to ICT's last lesson, so I graded this one. I think it was on one of the streams that I said I'm going to mark this one. This might be might come in handy. And look, it's exactly at 1.5. So we need to keep this level. I think it's exactly at 1.5. Okay, this is 1.5, but it's a little bit lower. Okay, gotcha. Well, anyway, okay. So we already hit the 2.5. Let's go to the lower time frame. I'm going to leave that. So I guess this one is now the valid manipulation move to use. Well, it makes sense, right? It's the last one as well. And sometimes what is really nice to do, guys, if I do this big bad boy here, and sometimes you can see some overlap. I just want to look maybe for it at a higher point. You see here the 0.5 matches exactly with the 1.5, right? See that? So this is definitely a point of interest. So that's 25,950 level-ish. And let's see if we have anything else higher, which is exactly, here you see this one with number 5, with 5. Okay, that's 27,418-ish, but I don't think we're going to go there this week. It's a little bit too high, I would pursue, but you never know. So I always leave them on if we have more of these moves, because there are significant, because these are significant moves, and this will definitely be a future bearish breaker. So yeah, so future bearish breaker. Here a little one, but this is engulfed in this one, so this is definitely you really want to see this. Well, we want to get in the short before we are hitting the breaker, but hey, this is going to be a confirmation level at some point. We want to see it retested once we're going down. If we go down, because we have a few opening range gaps below this, right? So then you want to use this level here as a retest. But you can also use the end walk. Doesn't matter in this case. So it's a good level. It's a good level to have on your charts. Okay, let's watch. Let's watch. I'm very careful, guys, because I had some profit and I gave back, and I'm like, ugh, I just don't like it. But let's see if we get the move to the 1%. This is that level that I marked. I'm on the 15. Here, let me go to the 5. I just want to have those levels here. This is the weekly open. that's that exactly that that one standard deviation. So if it would go down today and we would hit this level, I would be very vigilant and I would not anticipate much more longs from here because it hits one standard deviation and then I really want to reassess. Now we always get a reaction at a weekly open, right, and at the beginning of an end walk, but I don't know for tomorrow if we might, go over we make another high. We have midnight here. Are we going to hit midnight today? No, I don't think so, right? It's too. We're just rejecting our. We already hit 2.5 standard deviation. We're on our way down, so I would presume we're going to go. It's a short for today for the PM session. So I'm thinking I'm just going to watch for shorts on NQ. No other buys at the moment. How many points are there we can play around with? 720. I think that's a good range, right? We can frame a nice good trade from here. How many points in total? Oh, that is nice. We can frame 275 if we go down in the PM session. It's a large move for the whole day though. 200. 390, it's going to be over 600. I wonder if it's going to do it today. It's just too good to be true, right? But let's see. Anyone else has a bias on NQ that's different than mine? I would love to hear it. Let's see. Yeah, GC. I don't know. We hit the end walk, consolidating now. Still, am I still bullish? No, I don't think so. I have to. I lost my screen. Let me quickly go to my daily. Bias changed as we go over 0.50. We went over 0.50, so my bias is not bearish anymore on gold. We went over these levels, and now now these have come into play. Now this large little wick here is now you need to go. If we close below yesterday's low, tomorrow may fill the weekly gap. Yeah. Sina, we are currently respecting to Tuesday CE, regular trading hour opening range gap. Could be buy, but we also have equal lows where the daily fair value gap is so unclear. Yeah, I agree, but I think it's more bearish than because we already hit the 2.5 standard deviation, and we're on our way down. And most of the time, you get like, why it is so. It is not really unclear, but there's so much consolidation continuously. I think it's the move down, but because of it's very slow. But I do believe that this is where we go because we already hit 2.5 and we're on our way already in a retracement. And if you hit 2.5, the retracement is always around 2.5. Goes back to 1.5 and 1 standard deviations. It's almost standard. It doesn't have to be there, but it's sort of like if this is 1 standard deviation exactly, I would presume that is where it's going. But then again, it might not have to go there in one time. We went into the half of this of today's opening range gap. We technically retested the daily open here and then we left it. Now I would have liked to see just a tap into here, just here. Why? It's also the 10 o'clock. The 10 o'clock here, boom. Now the 10 o'clock is one of my favorite times, and it didn't do much today yet. We had a print here. It printed here. You can see it's here. It's a little bit murky because there's a lot of data there. Let me show you. It's here. This is the 10 o'clock. You know, I use my 10-4 a lot, but you can see the 10 printed. We will move down into the opening range gap, and we're sort of like going back up. So the 10 has not, it's a 4-hour candle, right? But it has not expanded much. It's sort of like going back to it now. We created highs here, right? Is that what you're talking about, Sina? Equal lows. Yeah, so ICT says look for the first high, in this case the high that has been created after 10 o'clock. And look where lunch, what lunch will most of the time will take that out. Now what is the highest one after 10 o'clock? That's this one, right over here. Here, this one. So I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to bounce around. Like what happens a lot, I call it ping pong Monday and Tuesday with the NWOGs. You can also sometimes have that with new day, with opening range gaps. Sorry, I'm mixing up everything now. So if you see this behavior, you can actually start trading ranges. So I wouldn't be surprised if we are going up and to take this out, because we sort of like might want to retest this a little bit, because you see the wicks have gone to the midpoint, quarter point, but we didn't tap into the bottom line, and a lot of the times you see that. And then we would also take out this liquidity here, and well, I do see a breaker. I mean, I'm just going to mark out the well, no, I'm gonna mark out everything. Breaker activated with this one, right? We've got a high, a low, higher high. So this activated the bullish breaker, and we are now, oh, technically this is the area. The bodies are below it though, but with this weird price action, let's see if it can manage to get out of it or not. If not, it's just going to go down to our standard 1 deviation down here, or are we going to retest this area here and then go down? We just have to wait. Patience is tested. I am actually, in all honesty, guys, I'm actually very proud of myself, because patience is my biggest problem, has been my biggest problem, and it's really hard for me. It was really hard for me not to trade sometimes. I feel like, oh, but this week I've had hardly any trades, and it feels really good, to be honest. So I guess also the streams are helping me to not trade. I hope everyone else is. But it's hard sometimes, right? Not to trade when you really think, oh, things are happening. But if it's unclear, it's unclear. We just stay out. But it's easier said than done. I guess so, right? Yeah. Oh, my hair looks weird. When I see myself on the stream, should have combed my hair. I think it's because of all the attack of the insects that are messed up my hair. But who cares, right? I don't really care, to be honest. We just wait. Let's see what the 130 move is going to bring. Oh, I see someone subscribed. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate everyone hanging out with me, everyone supporting the channel, everyone just being here and just being nice. Everyone is really nice so far. It's crazy how this little community is already sort of like really getting formed, and how fast it just really feels like something that feels sort of personal already. I never thought that would happen so fast, to be honest, or at all. So very grateful and thankful for that, and very thankful for Eugene, who helped me set up the Discord. I couldn't have done it without him, because it was just a little bit too, all the rules and permissions, and oh my god, how am I going to do that? But hey, True Seeker, I would love for MQ to go to the 4-hour fair value gap at 25,920. 25,920. Hey, I think that's the one I think I have it marked for some reason. I can't remember. It was on stream. I said, oh, I'm going to leave it there because it's going to be a point of interest. But True Seeker, maybe you were not here, but look, what I calculated the standard deviation of this one, and we managed to get to 2.5. And what happens at 2.5, we get a retracement back to 1.5, 1 on NQ most of the times. And look where 1 is exactly. It's exactly at the N walk and at the opening range gap. Isn't that amazing? So it's either going to be in exactly the area. So 1.5 is your area that you just noted, right? You said 920ish, yeah. So that's exactly around that 1.5. So we're going to get a retracement until somewhere 1.51, right? That's what a retracement most of the times. Those are the standard deviations that standard are being used on NQ. So yeah, I agree with you. But we also have a breaker here. We activated the breaker right over here at just after the macro. So let's see. This is something I've seen a lot lately form. And I do think that we are going to ping pong between those two opening range gaps before we go lower. That's what I think, but I could be wrong. But I think it'll pop up, and then let's see if we can frame a trade to either the 1.5 standard deviation, so into this area. Let me mark your, I'm going to mark your 4-hour gap because I think that's very important to have on the, yeah, is this one you're looking at, right? I do want this one as well marked because this one has a 0.5. Okay, we already hit, this is now, this will be liquidity. I'm going to mark both of them just in case. I just want to have seen both. I'm just going to mark this little area here because that's the liquidity, and then I'm going to mark, I'm going to take, I don't know why, I'm going to leave it on because I want to see why here we go. I'm going to change this one here in a different color so we know. That's important information we need. Here we go. Okay. Let's go back to the 5-minute for now. Yeah. So this is a little fair value gap above the levels that we are thinking of because it might be enough for it. And then we have the 4-hour, I'm going to add that here. 4-hour, here we go. Okay. Yeah, so let's see now if we are going up. So let's see, the 1:30 to 2 o'clock might give us the move to this area here. And I just want to for me, the retest of 10 o'clock is good enough, or just bouncing around between these two opening range gaps is something that you can I think is tradable, is valid, is a good scalp if you're into scalping. Casey, hey Casey, you should have access now. By the way, Eugene we have removed the age thing, so I don't hope we're going to get too many 8-year-olds in the chat, but you should be able to get in now. Eugene sorted it. You caught that long on MQ. Oh, of course you did. What was your how did you frame the trade, Casey? I'm really curious. Or you monitor it and then let us know afterwards. Casey has the Casey is just 6 months in, but he really manages to get almost turtle soups and knows where things are going to reverse already. It's just amazing. Look at that. Good trade. Casey, what's your TP, by the way? Are you going to take it up? Also, why I like this 10 o'clock, right? This one here. You see, there's a wick here, and I consider that, well, I love wicks because they are rejection, especially when they are rejection blocks. And let's see. I want to see whether the 10 o'clock, if that's one of my, if it's on a 1/3 level or a quarter level, because then it gets even more of a, um, let's see. Not really, but, 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 what you do, okay. So if you have a wick like this, what I've noticed when I journal, um, if you have a long wick and you want to use the longest wick, but you see there's a body or a candle that came over it, it's sort of like balance this. So what I tend to do, and I notice like you see two bodies are equal, right? So instead of using this whole wick now, I just use it, I just take the area away where bodies have printed. So this is now balanced. This is not a gap anymore because here you have buy side, sell side. So this is now a balance zone. So I don't need to manage to use the whole wick anymore. I just use this to here now. And now I notice that exactly the 10 o'clock is at 0.66, which I like. We in a weird range on the 15-minute. Yeah, yeah, exactly. We are. But listen, ICT says the lunch macro, well, we actually are over lunch, but everything is delayed now, right? You take the first high that is print, in this case it's a high because we're going upwards. You take the first high, the highest point after 10 o'clock. Well, that's this high here. Now, we also have a range, we have two, we have an opening range gap above us. The 10 o'clock has not been doing much, as it's still, we're still in a 4-hour candle. And we have breaker here. We have created equal highs here. So for me, it's very, if I would have a gun to my head, somebody said, okay, make a trade, I would go long up to this area here, or maybe just above this liquidity here. So my range is marked from 0.98 to 964. 0.98, 964. My range is marked from 964. Okay. Oh, you're going really high then. You really wanted to go higher. 964. Oh, by the way, guys, they're gonna do some. We got if I lose internet, it could be happening in a few hours because they're going to do some maintenance. And they said, oh, you might see some interference, but that is about in 1.5 hours, they said. But there's a lot of storm and rain, so I could be just disappear. No worries, you don't have to get any search parties out. It's just going to be the internet then, I guess. So. If I don't show up for a couple of days, yes, then you have to really maybe someone could call someone here, the police or something, that I haven't showed up on my YouTube. Then something is wrong. I'm really looking forward to have some streams on the Discord so you guys can talk as well. I mean, I don't mind talking, but I think it would be really nice. I'm thinking of doing something like that. And the ICT people here, ICT is doing a shotgun Saturday, guys. So Um, if you're interested, mark your agenda. He posted it on X. So quickly have a look at gold. Quickly. Yeah, I don't like it gold. I think I like NQ better for now. but still not the best. But I love these, and I still love those PM sessions. Still nice. Really enjoy it. Okay, let's put on. I need my opening. Here we go. I'm gonna go to the 3-minute now. Okay, we can take this off now. We can use it later. We don't need the breaker as well. We've seen it, right? Everybody knows. ES so close to the weakening open. Oh, let me check ES as well. Oh, we have to check ES for S&T. But I think we might get, if we start moving to the upside, I'm just hoping that we might get some S&T in this area maybe. Let me check ES. I should make an ES tab here as well. I'll do it right now. Why is my internet so slow? Let's have a look. Where is the opening? Oh, you mean the end walk, yeah? Yeah. See, ES is doing exactly that. It's bouncing between the two. It's the end walk, but also the opening range gap. You see how beautifully ES is doing the ping ponging, right? Here it goes from ping, or I would love to see it here. It goes again lower, lower, and you wanted to see it touch it. I think maybe from the next move it will touch the it will hit the level here. Because see, it goes lower. You see here, a quarter, above mid, lower, below midpoint. We hit the quarter here, and now we're going below the quarter. And I think now we're going to hit the level. It's always this is very algorithmic. Boom, 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 and it retested the 10 o'clock already here. Boom. The daily open. Yeah, I think we're gonna go check out this liquidity now on ES. Is it a macro time? Oh, we're in 130. We're in the 130 to. Let's see. Quickly go back to NQ. What is NQ doing? So this is the first presented fair value gap of today, right? The AM session, and we're just hanging in there on the 3-minute, by the way. Is this a 3-minute as well, or is this, yes, also the 5-minute? Okay, let me go to the 3-minute. Now we have to check for S&T, but I'll do it on the 15-minute though. There's not really much movement in the 132 2 o'clock move, right? It's very slow. Anyway, it's okay. Is my account open? No, I'm not gonna open. I don't think I'm going. I think I'm only going to paper trade today. I don't like it too much. Um, I do still have my account open just in case. Yes, I did not close it. Okay. You see, it's so funny, right? You see that these lows, they are not, they do not touch the opening range gap, or the weekly open is right over here, but it's just above it. So it's very interesting to see that. Um, yeah, if I put an alarm on, you guys, it's horrible with the noise, so I'm not going to do it, but it will scare everyone away. You see this little gap, we already hit it. You see that? I didn't notice that before. Now I see it. Um, hmm. We're gonna get a new 4-hour candle at 2, and I'll check on SMT around that time, because I think we're not gonna get any SMT before that. Maybe at 1:45 could be, but most of the times the most significant ones are at the full hour or the half hour. Um, but yeah, I just think we're gonna ping pong between those ranges. Which is actually, once if you can sort of like establish that it's still tradable. Um, we can, I don't I like to practice that because I'm not a scalper. I'm actually a distribution trader, so I want to get better at scalping. So I might, and that's why I paper trade then, to practice that. And I journal my trades just as I journal my normal my paper trades, just as if they are normal trades. So that's how I improve my execution. So I might practice some scalping between, if we're going to range between the opening ranges, I'm going to do some scalping. Just gonna get some practice. Who scalps? Who's a scalper? I guess when we scalp, we talk about, when I say scalp, I actually mean anything below 20 points on NQ. I consider, I don't think actually 10 points is a scalp, but okay, let's make it 10 points. Because I think technically it's lower, I think, but I try not to trade NQ below 20 points. But we'll call, yeah, let's call it anything below 10 is today. This is, how much is this range? We'll check ES. Oh, it's actually, it's, It's still pretty good actually, these ranges. You know, you get so we're so spoiled, right? That's really not a small range, to be honest. Even though it's rangy, it's still a very good trade. And if it will go up here, let's see, but I don't think we're going to get a breaker retest trade because we're already retesting the breaker here. We're in the, it is like, I don't know, Eugene, if you're here, it's like the breaker trade this morning. It also went into the breaker very deep and it just kept on retesting it, and it sort of made me wonder, and it's still, you still had your long there, remember? If you're still here, I don't know if you're here actually, but breaker is still valid. We're still above 50% of the opening range gap. We are below the 50% of the first percent fair value gap on the 3-minute. Let me check the 1-minute because that could look totally different. Here you go. It's so weird now, but that was the same this morning, and then again this one just spiked up. Now we have a print of the 130 the first presented, and we're above it. Here we go. Now I think oh yeah, Eugene, you're here. Yeah, you see, remember also today that the 1-minute looked different than the 3-minute, and it was exactly the same. The 1-minute just pumped up, it was below the first presented of the London session, and it still went above it. The 3-minute looked better. So I guess, yeah, I'm still bullish for the, I think we're going to go here. I think this is a valid area because the liquidity, we have the opening range gap, the 10 o'clock is here, and but we need to get over that one. We need to get over this first presented. But we are above the 130 first. It's a green, the little, very tiny little greenish thing that you see there. All those colors. I'm just leaving those opening range gaps there because they're so in play. Yeah, I mean, it's almost, I think I'm going to enter here. Let me see, what time is it? I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. It's enough range. I mean, I'm talking about scalping, right? So I don't see, there you go already. It's already going over that range, but it just needs to go over this one here. This might, maybe this should be enough. Chop needs to stop. Hey Casey, Eugene stayed in that trade long time, and he meant it was a 520. It was a the 410 to 520 macro, but we were watching it already, I think, since 3. And you got in Asia, right, or something really early. But hey, he sat through it. Chop needs to stop. Okay. Yeah, let me put where are my emojis? I think the magnets really work. I'm telling you, every time I put them on, the price starts moving. But you have to position them in a specific way. Like, I mean, if you do it here, it doesn't work, right? But it's sort of like, I think this is a good area. It needs to pull. But it was similar. The setup was a little bit similar. You had a breaker, it went into it, and I started dowping it again. Yeah, vision is blurry. Hey, your vision is blurry, but you have pretty good trades though. Can I frame a trade here? Can I make it work without? I want to trade to here, but I'm just. Let me think. I'm gonna put. This is just a paper. I'm not gonna go in. Yeah, I think it's just. Yeah, I want to go in. Would I do that normally? Yeah, because we have a breaker. I think this is going to be the Eugene logic. It just I mean, because it worked for Eugene this morning, so I guess it has to work for me as well now. No, I'm not, I can't frame it properly, so I'm not going to get in. But look at this liquidity here, liquidity here. The first one after 10 o'clock. We've got the 10 o'clock here, which hasn't been doing much. This is a four. I'm just showing the 4 hour. This is a 4 hour candle. Are we going lower? Am I seeing that correctly? No, I see it. Yeah, because it's going there. Okay, let me go to the one, and I can frame my trade better. I need more information. I really want to get in. I really want good risk reward. We're already over the one. We have engulfed this. Okay, this is an entry for me. I'll tell you what. Boom. Oh shit. Okay, let me get in. Um, we engulfed this, and this was a retest here. It's a very small stop loss. It might go a little bit lower, so I'll put it here. But that's it. 148. So when a macro start, you can sometimes when you have a so we inversion retest 148. That's fine. It's a start. You can actually. This is a time that you can start the macro quarter two to quarter after. I think it was similar. I don't think a retest is going to happen. This is just those very tiny. I think there will be a retest more to this little area here to this wick. So I think we're going to get some expansion now. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. Should I? No, I'm not going to take it on. I'm too late to take it on my account. I just have to let it go. It's okay. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Well, let's see if my stop was good. Okay, stopped out. I guess. Hey, that's why I love paper trade. I didn't lose any money, and but I think it's still a valid trade, to be honest. I think this might be but I hate getting in straight away after a loss. So I don't want to get straight back in. But I think this is actually a proper retest, right? Because this is a retest of the first percent of a first percentage fair value gap. I think it's still going. I think the magnet was not set properly. Let's see. Don't make fun of me, Sina. Now we're actually bearish, right? Because we hit the 2.5 and we are on our way to the 1. But it would be so nice if we just go here. Just go. Yeah. Okay, now what happened? What time was this? It retested the first position, 151, so the time was actually a little bit better. But why was this not valid enough? Is this equal or did I thought it retested, it went into the, there you go, it did go in, but it needed more. Okay, this is it. Ah, okay. Breaker, retest, breaker. This was the proper, this was not the proper retest. I missed the breaker here. And breaker was in the first presented fair value gap of this morning. And it was, this was the proper retest, exactly at 151. I need to journal that. There we go. It's going to be a nice trade for whoever is in. And this was the entry. Breaker retest. 151. Time, structure, and we've got logic of the TP as well. I believe so, that there is logic enough to it. The high formed after 10 o'clock. We're going back, we're ping ponging between two ranges, which ES is also doing. Now, the only thing is ES looks like it's going down, and Q, I want to go up, so that's my only confusion. That looks sort of weird. It doesn't look like they're both going to go up, right? ES doesn't look like it's going to go up. Are you going up a little bit so NQ could do it? You are here, here. Oh, I actually like that if he does, it doesn't take out these lows. So you are going to go up to the 4 o'clock then. And Q is going to go, oh, here. Okay, the 10 o'clock is here, so you're going to go up a little bit. Okay. This is going to be the SMT. In 5 minutes, we might have SMT. For the one, and then we might get the move down. If we get SMT, if it's going to go up and we get SMT, then we might get a nice move to the downside. Let's see. Let's see if we're going to get it. This is just too, look at this, guys. Look at this here. This is too clean. It's beautiful. It's liquidity. This is what we, this is where we sit for behind the chart, the charts, to look at these little wicks that are sort of like equal. It's exactly like this morning, like I said, like so I told one of my friends, like, oh, yeah, about the YouTube, and he says, well, I watched a little bit because we used to be scrum masters and coach before at KLM together, and he says, yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about, but it looks nice what you're doing. Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah. Oh, somebody subscribed. I can hear it. Thank you. I want to see your name. I need to have another screen. Oh, I can see it. Oh, Audrey. Audrey, thank you. I need another screen so I can watch that screen as well, because I always see it later on this one. It's delayed. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Up to the 200, guys. It's just amazing. I cannot believe how fast it's actually going. I think it was last weekend. It was 100. Yeah, I it passed 100 in the weekend, and that was sort of like, oh my god, I cannot really. I'm here by myself. So now we've got the Discord though. So and I was like, oh okay, it's weekend. I'm not, I'm not on YouTube. No one. I can really, And I was so happy, like, oh my god, 100. Who's number 100? I have no idea. And so next time I'm going to say, don't do anything in the weekend, please. Don't subscribe in the weekend. Just do it on stream. It's much nicer. 100 is a milestone, as a YouTuber. Really, it is. It's just, it's really a big number. So, but now we're almost 200. Oh gosh, this price action. I'm so happy that I'm not in any of my accounts or doing any live trading, but I still like to watch it. Oh, I'm gonna switch you off. You're too busy. Sound off. There you go. Well, it's almost 2 o'clock. Let's see what we're gonna. So, what I'm thinking, maybe the 4 o'clock candle or the 2 o'clock 4 hour candle, we might get a wick to the upside, right? And maybe we get the expansion to the downside. But maybe that's a dream. Maybe it's too good to be true. And maybe they're going to leave that move for tomorrow, for Asia. Whoever's going to trade Asia, you might be lucky. But let's see. Maybe we get this. I really want this to go up here and then go down, but almost half a minute. Half a minute. I'm always making little songs about little words. I don't know the name of the song. Half a minute. The text is different, but I don't know the real text. I don't even know the name of the band, to be honest. Two o'clock. Let's see if we get movement after 10 past 2. 7 past 2. I think so. Let's see what ES is doing. Oh, we've got them. I don't think we have SMT yet. No, we're moving the same. No, we need some expansion before we can look into SMT. But it's 2 o'clock. Are you going to do something? Half a minute. 4-hour candle. We have a new 4-hour candle. Yes. It's crazy how fast the week goes, right? It's already Thursday and tomorrow's Friday. Another whole week already gone. I'm just surprised how just time really flies. Well, that's not what I want to see. I just need to see go up, go up, go up, go up. Go to the magnet. Maybe I should put 2 magnets here. Maybe that helps. I actually never put magnets. I don't think I've used magnets and they didn't work. So I really think these magnets have some kind of power for some reason. I think I'm going to do 3. Okay, you know what I'm going to do, because we're waiting anyway for price. I'm going to make emojis, and I'm going to from a movie, I think. And then you guys have to guess. Um, I'm gonna write. Oh, it's going down. Are you kidding me? I don't like that. You cannot go down. You need to go up first. Um, um, I'll make. I'll have a few. I don't want to get to or distract anyone too much, but I'll have a few just in case we have no price action that we can do some you can guys can guess. I'm just thinking of some movie titles, but I need to have I should prepare them ahead a little bit. I'll do that. Um, mm, yeah, let's look at the ES quickly. Let's have a quick look at gold. What do you do? Okay, gold is not okay. You're out for today. I'm not gonna look at you anymore. Yes. So I like to see this as sort of like a. So I consider it like a retest, but I actually don't like it because it means it might not go up anymore. But it might, maybe this trade is not valid anymore, and we are going down into to the -1, right? Remember we have. It looks so bearish now. So um, 5 + 2. So we still have this activated breaker, right? Where was it? Is it here? No, this one is not. This is not activated. This breaker because this was the activated breaker here. Where was that? Am I? Did I not mark a breaker and I took it away because I thought we don't. Oh, here it is. This one here. But maybe that wasn't the best one because we were in a fair value gap here, so that might not have been. I guess then this is the mitigation. It did go over, go back in, went lower. Yeah, doesn't look like it's going to go up anymore, right? So then we might have to change our bias and we have to look for a short because now we are going into this range. Yeah, we're disrespecting now the first presented. We already went to the PM session one. Now Let's go to the 5 minutes, see if we can frame. Oh, oh no, you're ugly. That is very ugly. How is that possible? The 5 minutes is more ugly than the... Okay, in that case, we might have to say, okay, what's low that is created after 10 o'clock? Okay, you know what? The lunch macro already took it out. This is exactly the low after 10 o'clock, and the lunch macro 11:52 had already taken it out. Okay, so there is no, so this one is not a valid play for the lunch. Well, obviously there is no lunch macro because we're not in the lunch macro. Okay, so I guess it's a continuation down now. So we're going to the -1. And this is bloody hard to frame, to be honest. I guess it's going to be, do we have a breaker at some point? If we have a move down. Let me quickly go to the 15 minute. Well, I'm not going to get rid of you yet for some reason. I'm just going to stay here. So this is just one standard deviation. I'm going to put on my DTT. I want the levels. Okay, here we go. Okay, now you need to go. I'm still bullish. Yes, definitely still bullish. Okay, I'm going to take this off. It just doesn't make sense to me. I know we're going to go lower, but I just... Are you going to go lower now? So we're below the 25, so we're below the first 25% of this opening range gap. Half a minute. Oh, you are difficult to frame now. It's hard to frame a good trade with this one. Who thinks it's gonna go? Let me do a poll. Can I delete this? Add option. Where are the magnets? Okay, why are you not showing? Why are you not showing? Do I need to delete this? Okay. I only have yes or no, so I cannot do bullish or bearish. So I just have to choose one. So the question is bullish price action to the magnets in the PM session. So where are my magnets here? At the moment I'm not really sure, but I think it should go there instead of going down first. But I wouldn't be surprised if it goes down first. Did I open it? 100% yes. Okay. I don't know. We're below two first presented fair value gaps, and we're moving to the downside. Chase and stay delivery here. Oh, look at that, guys. We have a retest here. This was actually the boom, 1409. I think it's going down now fast. This would have been an entry for me. Retest. And I think we're gonna go. I think it's gonna go fast and violently to the downside now. But can I frame it? What time is it? 2:13. I still don't trust it. I just have this. I still don't trust it. Let's see. I still. It's also because of ES. It looks a little more bearish and bullish, right? ES already. Yeah. I think it's 26,990. 990. I think it's going to be a nice move to the downside. Oh no, I've been going back and forth between the 4 hour, the daily, everything. No, hell no. I cannot frame my higher time frame analysis of the 1 minute. No, no, no. No, it's a short guys. We're gonna go into this area here. No, I showed you this one already, right? Here. This is the 4 hour, but I take my wicks of the daily, but there's none on NQ right now. But you can see me all the time. I'm going back and forth all the time. I think it's driving a lot of people nuts that I'm going back and forth all the time. But True Seeker, well, you obviously not. I haven't turned you nuts, but no, I've got more screens open that you guys can't see. I've got another tab open that I go through all the time. But this is the 1 minute, but I always have a few. You can see 5 minutes, and this one is higher time frame. That's what you guys see, but I have more open, which have 90 minutes, and I look at everything. Yeah. And when I start the day, I always look at especially now at the monthly, the weekly, because we're at the end of the month as well. Because hey, this is an interesting one, guys. What is the last day of the month today? Is it Friday or? Oh, that gets me really excited. Why? Because it doesn't happen a lot. We have a Friday and a month end, so the TGIF does not only apply to the Friday but also to the month, and that doesn't happen a lot. So let me quickly. Thank you, True Seeker, for it's running. This would have been my entry retest of this fair value gap, and then we're gonna. I guess this is the one. What did I show here? 736. But I would be careful. I would take it off. I would go to the 5 here, and let's look where liquidity is resting, and if we have any rejection blocks, possible rejection blocks. I would take it off somewhere in this. Let me go to the 15 quickly. If anyone is in a trade, I'll check for you quickly. But I do want to check the monthly. Okay, yeah, I would take it off at the 4, which is exactly midpoint of this wick. I would take it 966 would be my max level for this. I would take it off after this liquidity. 960-ish. That will be my end for this run for now. 960-ish. Quickly on the monthly, why? Just like the weekly, the monthly also has a TGIF. This is the monthly candle of October. That will give us a lot of information, guys. A lot. Because it's the last day of the month tomorrow. And that's why we're going down. It's the monthly, like just like any candle goes back most of the time 20 to 40%. That's OHLC, like open, high, low, close. Now, if you have the monthly and the weekly both on a Friday, last day of the month, you look for overlapping. So it's too early now for the weekly because, well, we can already do it because I don't think we might not expand anymore. I think the bullishness is over. So now I go to the weekly here. And I'll make another one because the only confusion for me with this weekly is now you see that exactly the midpoint 30 to 40% in this end walk, right? So that's interesting. So this I'm wondering if we're going to hit it today because if this is the monthly range of the retracement, I wonder if we are what we're here right now. Oh, we still have some room to cover. Okay, let's see. But this is the monthly. I'm going to leave it there, and I will add the weekly to next tomorrow because then we have. I just don't want to add too much. But this one is now interesting. Let's see. The monthly is now going down. So I think we're not going up anymore. Tomorrow's Friday. And yeah, I think we might get a little bit of a retracement here again. I think the move is going to go in this area and then maybe back up a little bit. But you see, this is, I think Ice-T also once said, this is also almost a balanced price range, right? Because it's back and forth price action. There's no imbalances here anymore. It's just back and forth, it's just balancing itself out already. So we have a fair value gap here, but already, in and out. So maybe it's just going to run and drop. But then again, if this is going to be the range tomorrow, how many points is that? 500 points to go, including tomorrow. So what if we go to we just hit the 4-hour fair value gap? That's 85 points, 90 points for 1.5 hours to go. I think that's doable. Okay, we could go down 100 points today, and then maybe we go back up a little bit, and then we have another. Okay, well, interesting. I say. So the thing is, then if you then tomorrow look at the weekly, well, we can have a look at the weekly now. But then if it hits that level, for example, at 12 o'clock or in the more AM session, then the rest of the day could be, then you just range, then you get like the range between. So that's how you sometimes already can predict price action, right? If these levels are hit, it's the weekly objective and the monthly objective have been met. But hey, this is going to be a nice trade to the downside. I'm not in, but we technically already rejected here. It's equal. It might. I just don't know how many points are these. 40 points. This week is 40 points. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're going to go into this 4-hour fair value gap today. It's only 60 points to the downside. Let's go to the 1 minute. I'll mark this. Now the only thing that I sometimes struggle with when we have a big opening range gap like this and there's no wick, I wonder if I have to include it or not. I think I include it. We'll see. It might be wrong, but then we can always. I'll have a look on. I'm just gonna include this one here. TGIF. I'll give it different colors because we need different colors for this one. I'll make this yellow. I'll just make everything yellow. Just to. Here we go. So if the range is not going to expand anymore, if we don't go to the upside, this is the weekly range, right? But I included the gap as well. I don't know. That's the only thing I'm not really sure. I have to. I think the range, the weekly range starts here. But if not, let's just make it like a like. Well, I think ICT teaches us we have to include the gaps. Also with the fair value gap, right? So let's include it for now, but we can always adjust it. But then you would if you look here, okay, the range is like in this area. So it makes your monthly range smaller now, right? Because you add the weekly to it. And you can also add the daily to it, but that's a little bit too small. But now, so tomorrow you're just going to check again where are we, and you look at okay, what is the overlap between the weekly and the monthly, and it's going to be the range where you will most likely will at the end of the day, if you see, okay, we're already in this range, you expect okay, we're not going to have a large move anymore because we're in the monthly and weekly TGIF. So that's how you manage. I managed a few times, and it doesn't happen a lot that the last day of the month and Friday are together. And I had some pretty good trades because of that, especially if you had last move down, and it's harder when you already have the move in. Let's say we're going to crash down now. We're going to go into these levels. That makes it a little bit harder, though, to be honest, because then, yeah, where is this? 733. Well, that means if you look at the monthly, well, we're just going to go to the weekly open and then we fulfill this. Yeah, okay, then we go here. Okay, that's perfect. We're in the monthly and we're in the weekly TGIF zone. Okay. I don't know. We're going to go much lower than this, and to be honest, but we'll see. So no, Trusik, I go nuts in time. It's just everything about time. You cannot trade of you need to take everything into perspective. And beginning of the month, you look when the month start. I don't look at the monthly that much, but I do look at the monthly when new month starts. In the middle of the month, I look at it just to see okay how just to remember myself to how the higher time frame looks. And at the end of the month, I always look at the monthly. Then I look at the weekly start of the week, and on Thursday I always look at the weekly because I always start measuring the TGIF levels just to see, because sometimes on Thursday you can go already in TGIF levels. And yeah, the 4 hour and lower I look on the day on a daily basis a lot. I use the 4 hour and especially the daily wicks now. I use it the daily because ICT taught us the last strategy with the wicks. So I look even at the daily now more than I used to as well because those wicks are on the daily. And if I can't find them on the daily, I take those wicks on the 4 hour or lower. Yeah. So I'm scrolling through time all the time, I guess. Yeah. Imagine that if you're doing stocks and you have to do that with all those stocks separately. I won't know how I cannot do that anymore. I just need my NQ and my gold. That's it now. Just one. Yeah. But then again, see how it's going. It's not really moving, right? So you can have a nice analysis, but if it moves shitty, it still doesn't really give us much fun, right? Does anyone else use the TGIF on the monthly, or is it something new that? Okay, 230. Half a minute. I'm really curious to see where it goes. Quickly have a look at gold. I don't think. Okay, gold is. I'm not gonna look at gold anymore. I do want to check if there was S&T on. Okay, look. ES has touched the weekly open, so this might be the S&T maybe. But then again, I think it's just going to go lower, right? Or not? Yeah, no, I think it's going to go lower. You see how it goes from high. If you use this as your reference point, you can see it goes. You have a higher wick, you have a lower wick, and then you have to look for, okay, but what does it read? What is my benchmark, or what can I use as a reference, right? Because it's hard to see. But this is the 50% here. The body's over it, the body touches it. Oh, here it's confusing because the bodies go over it, but then it's everywhere confusing. Yeah, but you know, we saw it was going pretty lower, right? Okay, so now we are here, weekly open, no S&T. That makes it hard. It's really hard to trade because just both are dripping lower. Maybe it's still going to go up. Maybe this is still in play. And this is for tomorrow, these levels. You know, and it might already start going down in Asia. So let's say, imagine that it's just going to spike up. So everybody's thinking, oh, it's going to go short, it's going to go short. And now it's going to spike up, go out of this range, go back into here. And then tomorrow, Asia is going to start to drip down into this area here. Because it's, I mean, we still have a whole day and there's so much time, right? To this level to, oh, 852, yeah, I'll calculate it here. So even if it would go up now, for example, then it's only 500 points. Yeah, go up NQ, just do it. Give us a trade. And this might be the S&T. Hold on, it's 230. I might have missed the S&T here. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Did we have S&T now? 415. 415. Quickly. Now I want you to be 15 minutes. What do we see, guys? We got it right over here. 15-minute. This is it. Am I saying? Yeah, I think this is it. Boom. Am I seeing it correctly, or am I missing something? No, it's not SMT. We did not take out 30 October. I do see SMT. We did not take it out. No, I'm wrong here. It's not SMT. It's not. Mm -mm. It's not. It's wishful thinking. So that means, it doesn't matter, that just means that we're going lower, right? We're just continuing the move to the downside. So, I mean, look at this. Why would it go up, right? It's just. But we do have a breaker here. Breaker. Retest. What time is it? 2:30. Let's see. Unicorn. I'm gonna go to the 5. It's just too much information in the 1. It's a bit boring, right? There's not really any displacement, or well, you have a few nice larger candles, but there's really no follow through. It's sort of like dripping down. We are below the 50% of that opening range gap, so I think the 4-hour fair value gap is sort of like. You know what? I just don't trust it at all. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a good point. Thank you. That is a very um, psychological point, right? It might actually bounce off here just because it's 26,000. You know, sometimes in the PM session you have these weird before the crazy algo, right? Sometimes at between 1:30 and 3, you do get one of these spikes sometimes, and it could be right over here. I just don't trust it at all. I think a lot of people are going to be screwed with their short or something. Yeah, this is all equal. Here you've got equals, and here you've got like, it's not equal. So this area is, it doesn't sit right. I'm just not sure about this area here. But we are below. We are 80 points away. Yeah, yeah. Well, how many do you have in? Are you, where are you in? Where did you get in? Um, well, yeah, we have a nice retest of the very short value gap. Let me go to the 1 minute. Okay, breaker has been disrespected. No more breaker. This is a nice entry here, 234, but it's just creating now more lows, right? I just want to see how it reacts here. This is dripping down. I want to add to my position. Well, this was a good add here. I would be careful, but to be honest, truth, if you have a good entry and you just let it run, don't be greedy. It's not easy price action. It's actually quite hostile in a way. Um, and I wonder if we're really 80 points away because we 234 here. Remember that the bottom and the is also a point of liquidity, right? So let's see how it reacts here. If it really goes below it. Yeah, I mean that's how I always lose money when I add when I'm a little bit when it at the end of the because remember the midpoint and both the high and the low of a opening range gap are points of liquidity too. So you might get a reaction here. You might get a better entry for so sometimes it might cut through butter here, but sometimes you also see strong reaction here. So let's see. It's 240 now. Let's go to the 3 minute. $240. Let's see if we can X is 45. Yes, we should see a move. 47. Should be. Let me share it with you. You see this here? 45, yes, and then here at 1512. These are all points of liquidity. And 45, yes. Hold on, there's a war going outside between all the animals. I can hear them fighting. Oh. Hey, come. A minute. Easy. Let go. Oh shit. Did I kill it? Yeah, I think so. What time is it? 42, 42, 42, 42. Yes. So this might be the 963, 964 might be the low. We'll see. We will see. Your chart setup is very interesting. Uh, yeah, but I'm using this DTT, but it's I normally want to take those opening range gaps off, but now because they're so significant, normally I just want to have the gradients. So I think I'm going to get them off, and I'm just going to put the gradients on so we know it, right? I mean, I don't have because the yellow is sort of like a little bit distracting to me, I guess to you guys as well. So I'm going to change that to, here we go, and then I'm going to switch it off, and then I'll do the same lower. If it does go lower, we have them here. I actually want it on because of the end walk. Yeah, I'll leave them on. There's just too much information now. We need them. Normally I'll take them off, but now we need them. But I'm gonna take the first presented are gonna go off now because we are already below everything. We don't need that. It's just distracting now. Here we go. What are you doing? Here we go. 1444. Let's see if 1445 we're going to get the move down. 963 in this area here. Let's see, we're gonna go all the way to this little area. Oh, this was a nice entry here though. This was we had 1412, 1430. Oh, beautiful. We might get a nice run now. 1430. I think I'm gonna go to the 1 minute. Yeah. Hey, what are you doing, Puppy? Did you fight? Hmm? Are you all wet? Cutie. Here we go. 1445. What is ES doing now? So ES tapped into the end walk. 1445 move to the upside. Yeah, interesting. Interesting move to the upside. 1445. Still no SMT. No SMT. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're so right. That's why I don't feel like engaging. I think we might get a little bit of a lower move, but I don't think it will go much lower than it might just tap outside this. And ES already hit the end walk, right? So it's sort of like it's just slowly making its way down into the opening range gap. Didn't it already fill it, by the way? Let me just double check this. Oh, yeah, see, it's going back and forth in this range. So it's not really, but we do have these equal lows here. Yeah, I'm thinking this is the range. I think it's just going to take out this liquidity and then reject in this a little bit higher in this wick. Let me just grade this one. Let me see how far. Maybe it goes to 50% of this wick. Maybe lower, but we'll see. I just want to keep it on. But it might not even make it to the 4-hour fair value gap. Ooh, look at that. That's a nice move. See, everybody is screwed. You see, this one is going. It's just F the shorts now. Because everybody's thinking short. Everybody's thinking, oh, we're going to the opening range gaps that are lower. The 4-hour fair value gap is lower. We're going to go there. It's fooling everyone. It's taking out everyone. Good thing you didn't add, right? Now, is this a good ad here? Or are we just going to go up again? Again, I cannot let go of this area here. It just doesn't make sense to me. Look at this here. All engineered liquidity. This is engineered. Why would it engineer all this liquidity to, we have to, we know already what the TGIF, the level is of the monthly. We know that the weekly is just 500 points down, right? We have a whole day from tomorrow, and so yeah, I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking we're going to go up a little bit. Let's see. We're almost at the 50% of this. Now here, look, we have a inversion. We've got an inversion here. I'm almost inclined to take a long, but I know it's a little bit risky, but 1440. Let's see if the body goes over the midpoint. Yeah, look at this, guy. It's just it's too beautiful. I'm gonna go to the 10-minute. Do I see anything else on the 9-minute? On the 9-minute we are below. What? On the 5-minute we're in. Okay, the bodies are still below the 50%, so technically we're still bearish. Wow. We have an inversion here on the 3-minute. Inversion right up here at macro time. Are you going to disrespect the inversion already? Before I even marked it? Okay, let me quickly mark it. It's a 3-minute one. And let's see if we're going to go out of it, or are you going to disrespect it already? Wick, higher, higher, bullish. This is a very, I mean, if I would take a, if I would be like, okay, let's YOLO, then my stop loss would be just below the inversion here. 61 ticks. It's a paper trade, it's not doing anything. Time. Is time matching up? 1 minute. Very down. Time. 1451. I like that. 1451 macro. This will be the breaker. If I will add, if this is, if we're going to go over this one, I consider this my breaker. Then I will add if we have a retest of this one, of this area, if we are going to get there. Then this will be a nice area, because remember I still have, this will be my target, so there's enough room to add if we do go up. But hey, it's very tricky. Let's see. But I do like it. Inversion, retest 1451. We've got, oh wait, equal highs, higher, higher. Then we have to disrespect this one here, but it could go back, it could slam back down, right? It takes a, the shorts have been screwed, now they're going to screw the longs maybe. Let's see. No harm. 1454. Let's go. I like the flat, there's a flat top here, right? Do we have a flat top on the 3 minute as well? Yes, also flat. On the 5 minute? No, on the 5 minute not. But we do have a little gap here. So this might be a point of interest. It's right over here as well. Okay. Ooh, I like it. But the question is, do you have reduced? Ooh, I like this one here. Also a little gap here. 2640. Maybe this is a little bit too high. Maybe I should bring it down a little bit. Just to here, just above this. Because don't be too greedy on days like this, right? Okay. Because we're running already, this would be, no, we're not running. We're not going to go. That's something I really need to work on. I cannot move my stop too fast. I do that, and then I get stopped out, and then I don't have a still in profit, but it takes away a lot of the. So I really have to wait until we get this placement. But yeah, so horrible this class action. 3 o'clock almost. We're still not above the 50% of the opening range gap, so technically we're still bearish, but we have to take some risk at some point, right? Because it might just go over it right now in a big, and then you can't get in. Now let's see, body again, it just wicks and then doesn't go over it. So please wick and just also body close over it, and then displacement to the upside. See, patience. I mean, if this trade would work out, then I do. Even though it's paper trade, I still be patient. But if it doesn't pay, it doesn't work out. You learn a lot because the bodies are not going over. Then you really have to wait for this breaker to be activated. The inversion is always the first one, right? Well, technically you have the change in state. Well, I guess you have a change in state of delivery here. Not really. This is really the first one. And then your breaker is your second confirmation. So it's a little bit more risky, I guess, right? There we go, boom. Okay. No harm done. Just paper trail. And then it still goes up because it just wicks everybody out. So no, on days like this, where do you put your stop? If I would have put it below the wick, did it would take me out? Also, yes. Okay, so it's pretty clear the bodies are not going over 50, but it did go over here, but then again, here it did not. Okay. What time is it? 3 o'clock. Um, let's see what ES is doing. Oh, ES is going lower into the other opening. Okay, ES is actually in another one, in the lower opening range gap. That's interesting. So they're already going. Uh, okay, and it's almost 3 o'clock. So are we also going to go into the lower one? The question is, because that one is all the way here. That means we might already go into. It's such a large move for today. It's 200 points. Hmm. Unforgettable. Okay, come on now, NQ, do something. Show us some. Yeah, it says, hey, Pacha Boom Boom, how are you doing? Did you? Oh, okay, nice. So you had some good profits. I haven't been trading much, to be honest. It's been pretty challenging for me this week. I just had, and price action wasn't really very low probability most of the time, so we're just actually just tape reading now. But happy to hear that you did well. Did you play NQ? Yeah, that's nice. People, I love to hear that people do well in this market because it's pretty challenging, to be honest. And I'm happy to hear people didn't lose their accounts because it is the market for. Pacha, your name Patrick, or is it? Of course, I'm from Patrick. Now it looks bearish, right? Because it's hitting now the quarter level, and it's not going over the quarter. So now it's really starting to get, here you can see the weakness coming into the 50%. You can see it here already, right? The quarter doesn't go over the quarter. Here we do. This is a little bit confusing when you get a little bit bodies over the midpoint because that's like, oh my god, we got a fair value gap over the midpoint of this, so we're going to go up again maybe. But then here again you see the only wicks, and here is the quarter, and now we're moving. Yeah, Petra, I thought so. Patrick, yeah. Petra. Petra, yeah, it's Petra. Hmm. Okay, now let's see. Are we going to go fast and furious? I think I wonder if it goes lower than 563, if this is the range, or here, like, going to take out this liquidity, and then what? Um, well, look at ES, how ugly this price action is. But hey, it's still going. Okay, so I marked this wick, right? This was a 15-minute wick here. Let me go quickly into the 15-minute. And I said, I want to see if we are going to reject in this 15-minute wick. Here we go. So let's see if it reacts here. So it hit the 7. Let me change it to, because some people might get very upset with me with OCD. Like, no, you're doing it the wrong way. Yes, and you're totally right. That line is annoying. I want to get rid of that line. There we go. Right liquidity above 25,925. I wouldn't be surprised if it's just going to go down and then everybody's now really thinking it's going to go down, right? I'm just wondering if it's either not going to react at one of those, the 1/3 level or the 0.5. Let's have a look. I'm going to go to the 5. Let's see. Of 25,925. Yeah, so that is the MJ, the 4-hour um, in fair value gap. But I had this orange line. I had it marked a while back. I said, okay, this is going to be an interesting point. So for me, it's like I marked it at some point because I think that will come and play at some point. So I think that's why I left it. I can't remember when. I should write it down always inside because otherwise I forget. But I just left it on, and it happens to be in the 4-hour. But I think it was some kind of was it a breaker structure or something? Well, let's see. Let's see what it's going to do, and if it's just going to, maybe it just falls down, because we did have a reaction here already, right? That was the reaction. Now it might just be liquidity. It doesn't need to reject anymore. Let's see. Oh, it's going to go past now. Let's see. What are you doing? Okay, so it took liquidity here. Took these two. Let's see if it's enough or does it want more. Yeah, this is a nice entry here, right? Just a nice retest exactly at 230. And then you have two lower wicks. If you have missed this one, you can still get in this one. This one, you put your stop right above here, above this wick. How many points is that? Good enough for 7 points. Beautiful. Okay, let's see now. It hits the 0.5. Oh, it's going to go through. Yeah. It's below the 663. It's 3 now. Crazy algo starting soon. Okay, I'll go back to the 1 minute. Just want to see how the 1 minutes, how they are reacting above the yellow line. So the yellow line is the 50% line, right? So I want to see if the bodies are now respecting the 50% or are they going to go below it? Okay. Now it looks like it really wants to go lower, yeah. Okay, that's small. Or not. What are you doing? Oh gosh, not yet. Maybe just stalling a little bit of time. Look at all these equal low highs. Just so. Um, Unforgettable. Okay, so most likely you get a little bit consolidation here. Or are you going to move away from the 50%? So this is all, I mean, even though it will go further down, it doesn't really, but yeah, it's always this is always a tricky, if you see a large wick like this, you grade it because you want to make sure that it's done its job as a rejection block. Now it has been a rejection block already 1 time, 2 times here, so it could be done. So then this becomes liquidity, right? But you always want to be aware of the 50% because if you do get a reaction, you know, then it could go up into this belly gap and then go back further down. But it seems very weak. But at least you know, okay, I can expect some kind of reaction here. And as you can see, it's just, you know, sort of hovering around, but it looks too weak to, I mean, it just takes a little bit of liquidity here and goes further back down. I don't think it's going to go up a lot anymore. But if you don't see, for example, I see it's going down already, but for example, if you don't see these 2 wicks here and it's the first one, then you know you have to be very careful. But it's beautiful. I mean, look at that going. It's sort of annoying that, I mean, I don't want to be part of this price action, but it's annoying if it really runs down that you miss the move because I'm a just, you know, I love the larger moves to the, especially to the downside. Those are my favorite, but it's okay. You can't have them all. And it's really, I mean, it takes such a long time to go down. But it's clear if you ever look at it, right? Retest of the midpoint, retest of the 25. Again here. See, and it's just stalling all the time at all these levels, and now it's holding, sort of like stalling at the 1/3 level. It already hit the 25, but yeah, it's going. This is liquidity now for sure. If you're in a short, I think you're good to go. Just want to see how far are we in the TGIF range on the monthly. Let's do the weekly here. Oh shit! No! I'm sorry, guys. You need to go to the daily. Okay, so we are entering now on the you see on Thursday sometimes you can get a TGIF already. So now we are going into the if we're going to go lower, but it could also stop here, right, for today, just as a teaser, because now we're almost at the 20% of the monthly TGIF. So, hey, it could also go back up and then we get another expansion to the upside. Nothing surprises me anymore. But you would think we might take some liquidity first, right? Going to the 4-hour and then we might go back up. So we need some liquidity. Well, we did get some, but let's see if we go here. Let's go to the quickly to the 1-hour. There's a little gap here. And let's see how far it goes going to go. This one is interesting too here. I noticed this one here. I wonder if we're going to go over this one here, if we're going to go much lower for today. You would think so, right? It would be weird if we're not going to go lower. Now in hindsight, it looks so easy, right? Here we go to work. I mean, I'm going to journal this, but I don't know if I want to be in. Hey, Methor. No, I did not. I didn't take any. I'm just watching right now because it's a little bit too hostile for me, and I'm not in a trade. Even though these will be these are my moves, but the price action is just not. I just don't like it too much, to be honest. There's no distribution. It's not, it's just trading down, and it would annoy the f out of me if I would be in a trade like this. So I'm not in. I'm just watching and studying it and looking at the behavior. I'm gonna take this off now. We're below 75% already, so it doesn't really. Gonna go lower. I think it's using another wick now, to be honest. But is anyone in a short, by the way? Did you have some good trades? Yeah, no. So price action is literally it's a little bit better because now it's going. Well, now you have the move, but then you have to have good entry. I guess if you're in a short now, you're fine, but I just don't trust it, to be honest. You get one good move now. The 4-hour here. Yes, it's a distribution. Yeah, in hindsight, looking at this, if you have a 4-hour, this should have been a continuation. But look, the confusing thing is that you don't have a wick here. So normally I always enter on the distribution AMD accumulation, manipulation, distribution, but there is no manipulation here. So it's for me very confusing. Oh, already took AM. So I guess that was for me the. Okay, so now we are. Okay, all these wicks are not applicable. It just goes through everything like butter now. Well, that's nice. Yeah. Sort of annoying that I'm not in, but it's okay. I don't like it. anyway, but I don't like it because these are my moves, and we hadn't had these moves for such a long time, and especially to the downside. But look at this, 15-minute. But then again, yeah, 230 was actually the entry on both ES and both NQ here. This was the entry. Displacement, retest, boom, 230. I'll journal this very, very well. Okay, we touched the 4-hour fair value gap. Did we touch that orange block? Not yet. $230 was the move. Now it's going down, 0.5 level of gap. Yes. Well, we are in the 4-hour fair value gap now. So I wonder if it's done. You know, it's so annoying because I monitor these gaps, like, you know, it's always something that and then I'm not in the trade. It sort of pisses me off a little bit, but well, maybe it'll leave one gap for me for tomorrow. This one here. We have one. I think there's one more below that one as well. Yeah, here you go. There's one more. But this one is outside of the lower one is outside the TGIF levels. But hey, maybe we're gonna go full bearish and we're gonna blast through the TGIF as well. That's all possible. I would get that happens sometimes as well. Yeah, I was just, you know, MJ, I just wanted to. I'm sorry. Is this a time to go long? And I'm still looking at this area here, guys. I'm still. Let me go to the 5. It touched the 4-hour fair value gap. It could be long. But it doesn't look like it yet. Are you long now? Longing 5 to 10 points. We just have to have SMT with ES. I would rather because ES is already. I would rather have ES go to a midpoint or something. We're already below the quarter, so I think it should run a little bit lower. I don't think it's ready to turn yet. I think we might go a little bit deeper into this area. Where's my box? My orange box. Here we go. Okay. That is not really interesting. Hey, the move is already, so that means I actually don't like it because now we are sort of like already going into the range, right? TGIF. This is TGIF, guys. The TGIF is here. Thursday, TGIF. Oh, and I missed it. I'm not in it because the price action today was boring, but I don't like it. This is the T. Look, because look at the monthly TGIF. Here we go. The monthly, we're in the 20% already. 30, 40. So we can expect some chop tomorrow as well. And then it might make a move at some point, but if it's going to make a large part of the move already. Okay, so we're at the midpoint of the 4-hour fair value gap. Let me quickly go to the 4-hour and let me see what the other one is, the lower one. But you know, the thing is, you know, I actually said it, right? Remember the beginning of the screen? We hit this 2.5 standard deviation, so we're going to retrace back into 1.5 and 1. Because that what it does. That's what it does. And we have a suspension block, I think, here on the 4-hour as well, if I'm seeing it correctly. Is it? Oh, yeah. Right over here. Suspension. I believe it's a... Or... I'm not seeing it correctly. Hold on. The high 83950, and this is open. No, it's not. It is not. This is not a gap. Do we have S&T? But no, it really needs to hit a quarter level. Oh, it is actually now here. Oh, yeah. ES tag 382 now. Yeah. Is this? Oh, look at this. 225. Hey, well, this could be it for now for the. We hit midpoint. We have enough to go back up. I still like this level here. Paper trade. I already have 2 losses, but so I can go for a third. Um, $9.18. This will be too crazy. But I'm gonna put it on. Because, you know, look at all the liquidity that has been created. Look at the, this is all engineered liquidity. We went into a 4-hour fair value gap. It's just 100 points. It can easily go back down 100 points in Asia again or pre-market tomorrow. I want it too bad, I think. Let's see. I don't think it's. I think it's on a mission. Hey, but the crazy algo is starting. I'm trusting on the crazy, well, I don't want to call it the crazy neighbor. Okay, I like this. We've got an inversion. What time is it? 2:28. Inversion. Retest. What time? 3:27. Okay, good enough. But then again, it needs to go over this level here because this is also like a little. This is a small fair value gap that I marked. Just a little one just above this one on the 4 hour. But this is the thing. When you have low resistance to the downside, you always get high resistance on the downside. You get low resistance move to the upside, right? And this has been high resistance the whole day long. There has not been any, okay, yeah, this was a little bit of a displacement, but it wasn't really, everything was just high resistance, high resistance, high resistance, just creating liquidity, liquidity, liquidity. What's ES doing, by the way? I should monitor that a little bit better. Yeah, ES has no reason to go up. That's the only thing. That might be a mistake. 230. Oh, I like that. Do we have SMT? I don't think so. Do we have SMT? Let's see what this candle does. Maybe ES will go down. Yeah, we don't have SMT. So I don't think I would go into this trade on any account with when there's no SMT, to be honest. But I'm just, like I said, all day. I cannot let this. This is too. There is something. This they don't engineer this for nothing. This is really all these equals, and it's just high resistance. We're above that fair value gap now. But without SMT, I would not have entered. But on the other hand, if you reach a 4 hour fair value gap and you start turning and you make an inversion here, it does get pretty interesting. But then again, this might be a little bit too, overzealous. It's 812 ticks. But hey, I've been trying. This is now my third or my fourth attempt for this one. I think I still have the magnets here. Do I not? No, I didn't. We have half an hour to go. We have tomorrow, and we tapped into the 0.2 of the monthly. And if we go back up, it's quite a bit. It's just 100 up, but we do have a little bit of a gap here. Could take that in Asia and go back down. Maybe we go all the way. Maybe we're gonna make a new high. It could all be possible, right? I cannot let go of this level here. I cannot. I just cannot. There's just too many confluences here that just have not been mitigated. No, this wick did not touch any of this. Yeah. I'm not this. 53. Mm, it's a lot of points, but I realize that it's not that I'm not aware, but it's 150 points. It's half an hour. I know it's a lot, but I don't know, guys. I just this is all engineered. What's ES doing? If it's going to go up further, it needs to start. It needs to keep moving. It cannot go back into. This is the retracement. Yeah. Okay. This already invalidates the trade technically. If it goes, the body goes below this one here, it's invalid. There is a breaker here, but is there a breaker on the 3 minute? No, see, there's no breaker on the 3. This is just a retracement. You always have to look for a breaker on the 3 and the 5 minutes, and if you don't see that, this is just a retracement. So that's a mistake on my end. You do see a breaker here, right, on the 1 minute. If you don't see it on the 3, it's not a strong. It still could be a V-shaped recovery and go to the upside, but it gets a little bit more unlikely because you want, especially if time is running out, you want to see it move. And now it's already going back, and we check 3 and 5. There's not a breaker there, so I don't really consider this a very strong breaker. You know, run up a little bit more, but it's a weak play. I would never enter this on my account. There's no SMT. Um, I would only enter a trade like that with SMT. And if I didn't see that though, but if I would consider this a break, I would always check the 3 and the 5 minute if there's also a breaker. Otherwise, it's just a retracement, and I would stick to the 3 minute, and I just look. Okay, see, there's just we did go over this level, but yeah, I should get out. This is not a valid trade. Still interesting though. I mean, still learn a lot, right, of this price action. No, there's no entry ever without SMT on the larger move. Never ever. SMT is just, you need that manipulation for as a confirmation of the move to the upside. And it's not giving it, so it's just going to go further down. We should mark the other fair value gap now because it might be a common play, right? I'm gonna change this one to the little one here, boom, and then another one like this goes below. Here we go. Well, actually, I'm not going to put that here. I'm gonna mark this wick. I think it's more important to mark it. We've got a beautiful wick here. Oh, are you going back up again? Can you elaborate on the breaker and the 5-minute breaker topic? Is the 1-minute breaker not enough? Ah, okay, good one. So the 1-minute breaker, why is it not good enough for a solid reversal? Let's mark it. Okay, so as you can see here, it is sort of like we have a stop above it, so you can say, okay, it's activated, right? And then you can consider this the retest, but you can see what's happening here. It is already going through it, but I wasn't waiting for this to go through it. Why? Because if I look at the 3-minute, you can see there's a little bit of a sort of like a little order. Well, it's not really an order block as well. It's just a candle, but in that case, it makes it more clear to me that it's just a retracement and not a breaker. Means that you have it's going to be a larger reverse. It's more likely to be it's either a full reversal, and you have like first your inversion, and then you have your breaker, and then you can use your standard deviations for a solid move to the upside. But when it's just a minor retracement, you won't see a breaker on the 3 or on the 5 minutes, because it's not going to be a reversal or a proper retracement. It's just going to be a minor. It's like somewhere most likely there's a wick. If I look for it, there's most likely a little wick, and it's just a little. Well, let me look it up for you. Yeah, I can. We need to make it as logical as possible. Well, as you can see here, right? You see here as well. On the 13-minute, we are actually in a continuation move to the downside, but I'm sure there's a wick somewhere. Oh, here we go. Is it this one? Yeah, here we go. Premium and discount. Is it this one? Well, it seems to be a good reaction here now because of this bloody wick. $224. But Meta, you can trade a 1-minute breaker, but if you see on the 3 or the 5-minute that there's no breaker, it is not like you want to look for structure. You want to look for the breaker is the point of a breaker is that you get a change in state of delivery, and a 1-minute change in state of delivery can be a 1-minute change in state of delivery, but it can be very short-lived. So for example, technically you do have a change in state of delivery right here, but here already you have a wick, and it's sort of like it could go back down in the range. But if you really want a solid reversal, you need your change state delivery, your market structure shift, and then you will get a solid move up to the upside. And now you see how weak it is, right? It goes up a little bit, it goes down. Yes, it hovers around into it, but it's just not for a solid. I'm looking for a solid reversal because I was looking for over 150 points, so I need a full reversal. And if there's only on the 1 minute and not on the 3 and the 5, because a breaker is a filled order block, right? So, or a mitigation block. Am I saying correctly? I'm getting tired. So it breaks the structure to the downside. So it means it has to be a full reversal. And you know, I'm aiming for this. So I actually need a 15-minute change in state delivery for this, to be honest, and not a 5-minute or 1 minute or 3-minute one. And yeah, I wanted that, and I'm not. I don't think I'm going to get it today. I'm not. But anyway. Andre, hello. What is marked under the four further in red? Okay, that's my magic. Those are my magic numbers. Hold on, I'll show you. In red. So this one, the red box, is I marked this little one in the 4 hour. I saw a little gap here. I want to mark that just in case if it goes lower than the 4 hour. I just wanted this one. Sometimes that price goes, it's good. I think we should measure this gap as well. It's more important than this one. But I don't think it's going to go there because it's using another gap. But I just marked it out in different color just to make clear that we have a smaller gap below the large fair value gap that we're using here right now. But I don't think today we will go over or below this one here. It looks like it, right? So this one comes in play maybe tomorrow, and definitely this area will be in play tomorrow as well. But we have some other wicks here that I'm using, and if you in red, I think you mean in red, right? But you wrote read, but I think you mean in red. I mark the, as you can see, I've got blue and red lines and yellow. Yellow is always a 0.5, but I also grade the 1/3 levels on my chart. So those are in red as well. But I just wanted to mark this little one just to at some point when we go to the lower time frame, you don't see this, that it's clear to us that this one was the smaller one. Yes. But you see how interesting this one is, right? Because if you just only mark the if you grade this one, you would have never caught this move here. But this is exactly this premium wick. You see this wick here? It's this wick here. Did I do it correctly? Here we go. This is this wick. So it hits the 25% and it rejects off it. So it's not only the daily ones that ICT use, but also if you see them on the lower time frame, you see them in a fair value gap like this, although you grade them because it helps you to identify. I just want to see if we do the whole, if I would grade this, if it would, no, you see, you would not know, there's nothing here, right? It stops here, but you don't, yeah, it goes below the 75, but look how precise this is. Isn't this nice to have this information, right? Here we go. I think we have to include the gap here. There's a little gap here. Here we go. This is the wick. That's it. So, you're closer than this one here already. So the moment that you grade these and it goes below it, you're already, okay, you're looking, is it going to go to 25? Is it going to 33? But because it's already, let's go to the lower time frame here. You see it goes here and then it goes up here. And now if it goes down, you're looking at this level and this level. You use these levels for it to grade to the downside. Yeah, Andre, I've been looking for that reversal basically all night, and I don't think we're going to get it. I think it might now go to this level or this level here. It's working its way now through the. Okay, I'll tell you something that I've noticed in my journaling. If you get a wick through it, it means there's more to the downside. If you have a tap just on it, then you will see most of the times a full reversal, but not always, not always. So sort of like with this price section, I wouldn't be surprised we're going to go a little bit lower um, into this fair value gap using these levels. So let's have a, for me, it's also like, I'm just using these, that gap theory from ICT. It's just 2 weeks. So I'm sort of like also trying to figure out when do I use which gap or which wick, and how strong is it? And indeed, like now, is it going to go further down, or is it like, because we got a next, well, the crazy algo is now coming. So let's see. We're in the monthly TGIF already now. So this the month, we're already in the 20% of the monthly, and we have some more left for tomorrow. Thank God. We need something for tomorrow. 0.2. This is all the way down 25. If we respect the TGIF level, we shouldn't go lower tomorrow than 25, 500. Let's say something like that. 25, 494-ish, 490, 25, 500. 24,500. So we still have 500 points to go. We might have a CISD on the M1. Yeah, but the one is just, with a move like this, I don't trust the one too much, to be honest. But hey, anything, yeah, I do agree with you, because we're above the 0.5 level here. We touched the 0.25 of that wick. That could be enough, right, for the move just to the upside. And now it might go to my level. We have SMT. See, this is what we might. It would be nice if now ES goes further down. Do we have a minor SMT? Looks like it. We already have SMT. 1550. There we go. Now I would be really upset if it goes to if it just shoots up. If we get a crazy algo all the way up to here. That would. I still had fun today, and I learned a lot, but that would piss me off. It's all this created liquidity. This is just and this is so engineered. There's nothing natural about this. It has been high resistance all day. It's engineered liquidity all the time. Maybe it's just going to go there in one big crazy algo. I'm not going to be surprised, but I'll be pissed off a little bit. It'll just make me laugh, most likely. Okay, here we go. I'm going to delete you. What time is it? Okay, 15. We've got 9 more minutes. Now, I'm not going to leave for this last 9 minutes. We're just going to watch. See, again, on the 3-minute, well, we do have a breaker now, but it needs to be, I don't think we're going to shift it. No, we're not going to go up. We're not going to go higher. That would be really weird, right? But hey, anything is possible. We are in the 4-hour fair value gap. We hit the midpoint. I think it's time to take out all that engineered liquidity. I kid you not. Yeah, it's a little bit too high, this, but what is reasonable? Look at it. 2623. Eight minutes. We have a breaker on M4 and M3. Yeah, you're looking at, yeah, but we need to, it needs to be activated, right? We need a body close above this point here at 950.50, then it's a valid breaker. I agree. Hey, Nintendo, how are the trades? No trades for me. I've been watching. I had a good trade on the down on the drop on NQ, but then I had a few. I gave back some profits, so I'm still green on the day, but minimal. And then I was like, oh no, it's really it became really hostile, and then I was like, I'm not going to trade. So in this session, we just have been tape reading and looking at the market and um so no trades for me actually. I have not actually ever in all those years trade so little as I have this week, to be honest. But it's a good thing because the market has not been really very um it has been low probability a lot of the times. But it's really weird because I can't remember a time that has been such a long time that has been low probability, like days in a row, and then But then hey, it is what it is. How about you? Did you have any trades? I'm still thinking. I just wanted to. I know I'm asking a little bit too much, but because the market has been so it's just been contracting every. I'm just sort of like waiting for a crazy move, 150 points. But oh yeah, you short. What you short NQ? Did you take the whole? Did you get in the morning and you just let it ride? That's you held since London. Wow, that is awesome. Wow. That is really awesome. Are you talking NQ? Wow. Did you take this when they go the retracement up into the fair value gap? Is it like this area here, the 130, or what time was it? What time did you enter? Yeah, and we Asia created a high, and that's very unusual. And in all honesty, when I saw this New York the New York Open, I was already okay. I don't think we're gonna go. I think we're not gonna see that anymore today. Hey, but the 15 minute, I think that's. I look at the 15 minute, and sometimes I get on the 15 minute as well, especially when there's SMT. Um, but I'm just wondering what time in Eastern you got. I think this one was beautiful, and then slow, and then this is the 4 a.m. retest here, boom, and then into the range. Yeah, there were many options if in hindsight, but I just didn't like the price. I mean, I did trade. Did I trade London? Around 130. Yeah, that's the move here. I see it. It's model 2022, baby. Yeah. We take out liquidity here. We go into it. I think it's also OTE. If you calculate the OTE, it's a beautiful OTE level as well. Um, Look at this, beautiful 0.702. Yeah, beautiful. And you get your confirmation here, and you go into the real 4 o'clock here. It never goes above it. Wow, you held it all the day. So you're still in it, or are you are out of it? Where did you get out, Nintendo? Yeah, let's have a look at the close because I just want to see how it reacts into those wicks. Let's see. Yeah, it's always good if you have that. Perfect. Really nice. Nice job. I know I did London. I can't, I'm so, I've been doing, I've got so much paperwork with some things that I need to do that I can't really remember anymore. I mean, I think it was a pretty good London session, but I can't remember if I took a trade or not, or what did I take? I can't remember. That's really bad, is it? I think I'm getting like Alzheimer light. Uh, when it hit my target at 1.618. Okay, good. Yeah, I like those levels as well. Awesome. Yeah, there's always good opportunities, but you have to really, in days like this, it's just, one shot, one kill, one entry, and you have to have a solid entry, and then it's okay. Then you can sit through all those moments that go back and forth. But hey, it's almost 4 o'clock. Um, well, no short for me, but I guess it's okay. If this would have happened to me a year ago, I would be really, really upset. I would be really in a bad mood, but now I'm okay, I guess. And I don't like the price actually. I love moves to. I'm better at moves down than moves up, to be honest, as a distribution trader. But it has to be like really the fast ones, right? I like it. And in the morning we had a good night. It was a good run. The opening range was good. Okay, look, I just want to show you guys. Now you see it hit exactly the zero point 0.5. Now this might mean, let's see if that means that it's done for today to not go any further. I'm just curious to see if that's the case. No, not the case. Well, oh, look at that. Now the crazy move comes. Oh my God, are you really finalizing the whole move now? That would hurt my feelings, to be honest. If it will go all the way down here. That was the move I was looking for. Yeah, I know. I was waiting for, I thought, okay, it's been such a bad week, but we still have four. I even put it in the Discord. Oh, we still have 3 or 4 opening range gap below. So I'm like, oh, I was so excited when I posted it. I said, oh, that's going to be my trade for this week. But no, not really. Yeah, there's also earnings today, right? So some earnings coming up, but Nathan, this is going to drop. Yeah, I know. I think you're right. It's going to be like most people. Asian sessions are hot now, but I need to sleep because I wake up very early and I have like my days are really really long. So now it's 10 o'clock here, and then I'm like really I can't even journal anymore. I need to journal when I wake up straight in the morning. Then I journal and then my day starts. So, but I, I wonder if it's I cannot let go of this area, guys. I'm telling you honestly. Listen, look what it's doing now. I wouldn't be surprised if it go all the way back up here. I and I tend to, I've got such a beautiful beach here. It's always for me I go in between. I always do a walk on the beach. Hey, listen, see, it's going. I'm telling you, it's gonna go here. It's gonna go here now. I wouldn't be surprised. It's gonna go all the way back up. So it's even after 4 o'clock. Um, and in the during the week, there's no one on the beach, and even in the weekend, it's very quiet as well. Sometimes the weekend's a little bit more busy, but it's just really nice and quiet, and it's just beautiful. Oh, are you kidding me? This crazy move. Let me see. So let's see if it goes all the way. Let's see what ES is doing. Uh-oh, it's really going. If it goes over the 50%, That's sometimes it really does it right after quarter past. It can move until well whatever, but yeah, this is look this is all equal. This needs to be made jagged. This is not they're not going to leave this like this. Crazy. This is a crazy candle, eh? I'm on the 5 minute. Let's go on the 1 minute. Yeah, so the breaker's been activated. I get a retest, and then it goes up. This level will be hidden. I mean, I'm really not surprised if this level is going to be hit in Asia. Maybe even now. Apple earning report released. Ah, okay. So it makes sense, right, that they bring it down. And I guess Apple is good then. What are we doing? How many points is this candle? It's actually more because I didn't include this here. 851. So it's 149, 150 points. This move to the upside. Well, I think I can do another 150 points. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, high resistance to the downside, low resistance to the upside, but not in our time. Um, See, and that's why you want to have your own account, right? So if you want to trade prop, I don't know if every prop firm you're not allowed to trade after 4:15, right? So if you have, well, I don't know if I would have taken this, but or maybe I would have if is there. Yeah, so you see now finally ES made it to the midpoint of this. I was waiting for that. Like ES had to go to this midpoint before it made the turn, but there's still not really a. You cannot really speak of SMT. Just want to see if it can get over this midpoint here. You know what? I think it's just going to most likely going to go into the range, retest the breaker, and then going back up. And it's going to use the time in Asia. Well, guys, if you're going to trade Asia, you know my level. You know where I would be watching, and yeah, interesting, very interesting. Well, I had a blast, even though I didn't put any trade on. I had a few losing trades in paper. I guess that's okay, but still. Oh, I just want to see if it's gonna. I just want to see if it's gonna do it. I just want to see if it's gonna do it. It's been high resistance all day long, so you tend to see really, really crazy fast moves. And this is not going to be left like this. But I guess not now. Okay. This little girl needs to go to bed because I've been awake and I'm getting really, really tired now. But hey, I'm obsessed with these, especially if I have like oh my God, and then it's gonna happen now, but I really do want to. I'll have to watch it tomorrow when I wake up. But I'm really curious what time it will hit this. Yeah, I think it will retest this area first and then go back up. Or this is a beautiful, nice distribution, right? But yeah, tomorrow London time again, and let's hope leave something in queue for us. Leave something for me, please, for tomorrow, and then we'll see. We'll take we have a monthly TGIF overlapping with the weekly TGIF, so that could be very interesting. I love these months when we can use both of them. So, but anyway, anyone, I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me, and it was fun. I mean, I learned a lot again, as always. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, or in London, or in the PM session. And stay safe. And again, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. Sleep well, enjoy your day, whatever your time zone is, and I'll chat to you soon again. Ciao, ciao. Oh, I look tired. I am tired.